In this Saturday episode of the K-Pop Blast, we are going to be talking about confirmed comebacks, rumored comebacks, an update to Clara versus Polaris, and a whole bunch more stories. So let's get it started right now. What is going on, everybody? My name is Nick from MWK-Pop, and I want to welcome you back for another episode of the K-Pop Blast. In this episode, of course, I just said we're going to be talking about some comebacks and all that stuff, so let's get it started first with the confirmed releases. As we all know, Lizzy from After School is set to be making her solo debut in the very near future. If it hasn't happened already, it is definitely going to be coming up in the next week or so. If not next week, then definitely the week after that. And it is definitely going to be a very interesting concept, because it is the electro trot style that we saw Crayon Pop do with their song Hey Mister for the drama Trot Lovers. And this is a genre or a style of music that I actually kind of, when the Crayon Pop song came out, I fell in love with it. I love it. It's tons of fun to listen to, and I'm really eager to see what this song by Lizzy is all about. But that being said, I'm not entirely sure how well the song is going to be be received. It's a bit different, and the Crayon Pop song wasn't really a major release, whereas this one was. So if people are expecting something big from it, I'm not entirely sure if that is going to, actually happen, but we'll have to wait and see. After that, though, who knows? Coming up, though, for a definitely confirmed comeback, not definitely, but it is a confirmed comeback, and it's a surprising group making their comeback in February, confirmed to be making their comeback in February. We've got Rainbow. I know, Rainbow. They're making a comeback, and as an entire group too, by the way, not a subgroup. I did say in a previous episode that 2015's plans for DSP were all about Clara in the first half, as well as a debut group and a subgroup for Rainbow, but the subgroup for Rainbow rumor was obviously incorrect, and Rainbow's making a full group comeback in February, which has got me very excited. Rainbow Black was cool last year. I really liked them. I actually have a signed Rainbow Black album. It's great. It is one of my favorite albums ever, which I like a lot of albums, and it's really hard to pick one that is my favorite, but it is definitely up near the top of my list. And Rainbow in general is just one of those groups that I really like. They may or may not be, depending on what mood I am that day. When you ask me, if you were to ask me what one, to name some of my favorite groups, I may or may not say Rainbow, but they definitely are again up at the top of my list. Now, talking about favorite groups that I'm super excited for a comeback for, we have got 4 Minute. Yes, 4 Minute. They're making a comeback in February. Cube dropped a teaser for it. I guess it's a teaser for the teaser called 4 Minute Revamped, and that is very exciting. The whole title of that, I was hoping that they were going to revamp, change from the style and the the direction that they're heading now, and then go back to the beginning of Hot Issue, Hit Your Heart, that sort of style. But it doesn't seem, but who knows exactly, because no information on that style has been released as of yet. But in February, that's when they're set to make the comeback. They're supposed to be coming back, or making a comeback with 2 title tracks on their album. That would be super fantastic, which I'm kind of hoping that if they get 2 title tracks, that means that it's going to be a full-sized album. Although that hope is, I think that it's a bit far-fetched, so it's probably not going to happen, because the way that girl groups tend to go is they do lots of mini albums and singles. They don't really do a full album. But 4 Minute coming back, 2 title tracks, said to be a completely different style that they have never ever done before. Very excited for this. You guys, well, of course, you have your most favorite group in the entire world, and the way that you feel when they make a comeback, that's the way that I feel. So that's very, very awesome. So moving on to a group that has been gone on hiatus for about 4 years. SG Wannabe has signed under CJ Entertainment, or E&M. Yes, CJ E&M, and the company has revealed that they're going to be set to make a comeback, or to be releasing a new song or music, something, at least a new song, in the first half of 2015. So it's been 4 years. They served their military service. They're back, and I don't know anything about these guys. They've been gone for the entire time that I've been into K-pop, but I'll keep an eye out for them. Definitely, I'm very interested to see what they are all about. It's going to be an interesting time. And again, moving on, next group to make a comeback, it's Crayon Pop. They were confirmed and pretty much set in stone. Not set in stone, obviously it wasn't set in stone, but they were said that they're going to be making a comeback in February, but Chrome Entertainment has yet again delayed another Crayon Pop release. Now, I'm not surprised by this. I was saying back when I was talking about Soyul's solo debut in one of my reaction videos, or possibly even one of these videos that I was talking about that song. I was wondering, I was kind of comparing it to the whole Strawberry Milk thing, where Strawberry Milk came out and then they had to push back the Crayon Pop's full album or album release that was set for November of last year. They pushed that back, and I was saying this is going to be the same exact thing that happened last year, right? Where Soyul makes her comeback, or makes her debut, releases a song, and they're going to push the full group release back because, it's really, really tough to be promoting like that. Plus, I don't know. It's just, I had a feeling that this was going to happen, and my feeling apparently was right. So, I'm really disappointed to have a Crayon Pop release delayed 2 times in a row, but that is the way it goes. Again, though, this is just a rumor. I haven't heard anything that is confirmed that it has been pushed back. It still may come out in February, just later in February than it was supposed to. But, until we get until February comes and goes, then we can definitely say that it has been delayed. Or if I find it like an actual legitimate resource other than someone who's just posting like hey, their album's been delayed. But this is something that we need to talk, that I felt needed to be mentioned so that no one is surprised by it. Now let's talk about rumors. Not really rumors, but pretty serious rumors here, and unconfirmed dates. Big Bang has announced at the final show of their tour of Japan that they are going to be set to make a comeback sometime during the summer of 2015, and it's very, 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 very exciting. So that means that there is going to be no more G-Dragon and Taeyong solo promotions, which has got everyone who is a Big Bang fan. Everyone loves those solo promotions, I'm pretty sure, but I think that everyone is very, very tired of them. They want a full group comeback, and they haven't had a release as a group in 3 years at this point. 3 years. I think 2012 or 2013 was the last song, or was the last it was the last song that they released, and it's been a very, very long time. So Big Bang is the first absolutely huge release that has been announced and semi-confirmed for 2015. So who else is going to be coming? Who knows exactly? I'm not entirely sure. But Big Bang, definitely, they're going to be making a comeback. And, like I said, YG is setting up to have an absolutely fantastic 2015 with all the groups I said we're going to be making a comeback or release in 2015. Now we got to move on to a very, 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 very speculative rumor about whether or not Lovelyz is going to be making a comeback or not. Of course they will be at some point in the future, because they're a rookie group and they need to release more songs that they can still exist. But there was a picture posted on on the Instagram of Space Gone, a picture of a studio, someone in a recording room. I don't know who. It was very blurry at that point, but it looked like there's someone in the recording room, and that has sparked a lot of speculation and rumors that it is going to be for another Lovelyz song coming out in the very near future. So that would be their first comeback since their debut. And Candy Jelly Love was a fantastic song. I loved it. I think that their album tracks were even better, or some of the album tracks were even better. No. Let me change that. all of their album tracks were a lot better than Candy Jelly Love, but I don't know. I hope that their next comeback is something different from the Candy Jelly Love style. They go with something similar to what their album tracks sounded like, because I really, really liked those a whole lot more. And yeah, so those are our comebacks. Those are the releases, confirmed releases, rumored releases, super rumored releases, and yeah, so now it's time to move on to actual like real news. First off, we got Kahi, who has left Polaris Entertainment. Not really news really to anybody, as this is a few days old, but she's left Polaris Entertainment. Polaris Entertainment seems to be struggling to do anything as a business. They seem to be struggling as a business. You know, it's really obvious. It's really, really obvious that they are not doing terribly well. Newest, since their debut, has not ever, you know, matched or exceeded their sales that they got from their debut album, which is just crazy. That's not really the way that things should be going. They shouldn't start off on a high note and then, you know, go downhill. Downhill is not really the right way to say that, but you know, start off high and then just keep getting worse and worse and worse in terms of sales as the years go on. But to be completely honest, my personal opinion on that, I really like Newest, but since their debut song and debut album was the best one that they've ever had. They've got plenty of good songs, right? And the only song that I would say was absolutely fantastic was Hihabaseo. That song and album was great. Everything else has just been kind of meh. Also, Goodbye Baby Baby, that was also pretty good too, but it's not on the same level as Gabaseo. But those are completely different styled songs from what their debut was, and maybe that is maybe players should look at that and say, like, we got to go back to the debut style and just do that. After School also hasn't had a release in a fairly long time. The only group that seems to be holding Polaris afloat at this point is Orange Caramel, which technically is After School, but it's a subgroup of that, I guess. But Orange Caramel, the only group from Polaris Entertainment that is keeping that company alive, it seems. So hopefully Polaris can get it together, because losing Kahi is, well, I would say that it's a big blow to the company, but she hasn't done anything for them for the last few years. So here's where I'm hoping that she finds a different company, or that she goes out on her own and does something to get her music career back on track, because she has a lot of potential to keep that going. So we got to move on. We got to finish. Last two stories, and they all regard the legal system in Korea, and it's all tons of fun. So we're going to start off with the fun story of Hyun Joo, right? Kim Hyun Joo. Jesus Christ, how can I get that name? I just got his name all jacked up, but that's okay. We got it. Kim Hyun Joo. Here we go. I think that's right. I don't know. Hopefully it's right. But it's been reported, released, and all that stuff that in the last day or two that his punishment for beating his girlfriend is a 5 million won fine. Just hold on. Let's just stop and think. Just pause for a minute and think about that. Think about it. Just let that sink into your mind, right? It's he beat his girlfriend. You ask anybody who follows this stuff, who read 2 news stories about this, and you ask them what their opinion is, and they will probably say, yeah, he definitely did it. There is no way that you could deny that he didn't do it. The consensus between like a lot of people that I know is that he did it. He's guilty. He's very clearly guilty. He wasn't found guilty, apparently, and what he gets away with is a 5 million won fine. That's $5,000. That's 5,000 US dollars. About 5,000 US dollars. It's a little less than that, actually. That what? It blows my mind. I did a story last week about Dahi, who tried to blackmail an actor, and she got a year in jail, which isn't wrong. I don't think that she shouldn't have, that was, an excessive punishment. But you compare, she gets a year in jail, and this guy gets a 5 million won fine. What is going on in Korea? What is going on over there? Now, I'm not delusional, and I don't think I don't think that the justice system in Korea is perfect. It's definitely not perfect in the United States. So I don't have any reason to suspect that it would be perfect in Korea versus the United States or anywhere else in the world. Every place has its problems, and the justice system is always going to be very imperfect. But this punishment here seems to be a serious failing of the legal system. And I don't, like I said, it seems to me as an outsider that he's guilty. He's clearly guilty of this. But again, I can't say for sure. The consensus and the general feeling of the entire K-pop community is that, like, yeah, he did it and he's definitely guilty. And what the hell is what he gets away with, a 5 million won fine? Are you kidding me? That's a joke, right? It's not a joke though. It's really happening. It really happened, and it blows me away. It blows my mind. I don't understand how this is going on, but whatever. We can just not like him, and not like him because he got away with assaulting somebody with a tiny slap on the wrist with a monetary fine. So move on from that to another update on the Clara versus Polaris story. Now, as I said on Wednesday, I was expecting another update to that because Wednesday announced that the CEO of Polaris basically came out in a reply to Clara's sexual lawsuit and sexual harassment allegation, and he said that, well, hey, you know what? Let's clear up this misunderstanding. I would like to release your contract, the details of your contract, and all of these KakaoTalk messages that we exchanged where you allege the sexual harassment took place. And I said in the last episode that this move by the Polaris CEO backs Clara into a corner, because what this really does is it forces her to choose between, one, not reveal them, which makes her look bad, makes it look like she's hiding something, or two, she releases it and then we find out that the CEO is hiding them, which is a very bold move by him to, if he really is hiding something, why would he ask, say like, let's reveal reveal that I did something wrong. Or by revealing them, it reveals that Clara was wrong and she was lying about the sexual harassment. And from what I've read, because Koreaboo and Dispatch through their partnership, they have posted the translated messages that they have received or that they have gotten their hands on. And, it doesn't seem like the CEO has done anything wrong. In fact, all the messages paint Clara in a very, very bad way. It makes her look very bad. Selfish, self-centered. She doesn't care about anybody else but herself. So they start with her, messaging the CEO, over the however long it is that they were messaging. She messages him. Every single message with him pretty much is her saying, look at me, I'm at a photo shoot. Look at me, I'm doing this. Look how popular I am. I'm going to be a really good fit for your company. You should definitely sign me. Do that. And then they sign a contract in March. And then after that, she just goes to him constantly asking for his help to promote her, right? That's fine. You got a contract with him and all that. And, he bends over backwards. He does everything to accommodate her. He's like, Clara, you want to meet with me? When's a good time for you? And I could probably make that work. Oh, well, I absolutely can't make that work. Do you have a different time that works for you? He doesn't force her to do anything. He did nothing. He did not say like, look, you need to meet me this time, this place, or never, ever. Nothing. There were no ultimatums that he set for her. Nothing. Everything was handled by her. And they came to they ended up, coming to a bit of a dispute in the way that she wanted to promote herself. The company, Polaris, didn't really agree with that. The CEO said, I can't do that. I can't help you with that this time. I'm sorry. Clara didn't like that very much. And so they kind of had a falling out. Apparently they apologized, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Good, fun things happened there. And, that is pretty much what led to the whole dispute that caused Clara to want to cancel her contract. But here is the thing that makes me really, really, really mad. Like, you don't even know. You cannot possibly understand how mad. So in the messages that were released, there were some that were exchanged around the time of the ladies' code accidents, the funerals for Lizzy and Eunbi, and the CEO asked her after funerals for both girls, why weren't you there? Why weren't you there to be at the funeral for your label mates? People who didn't even know these girls were there. So why weren't you there? And Clara's response was pretty much, I was busy. I was doing promotions. I was at a photo shoot. I was doing other things. I didn't really know the girls, blah, 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 making up stupid ass excuses or reasons, not making up, but coming up with stupid, retarded reasons for it. And then she asks the CEO, like, look, I'm having a hard time with these promotions. I know you're having a hard time too. I'm having a hard time with my own personal problems, which are promoting my name. CEO, please help me. And I just, what? I was reading, and then that was when I'm like, you know what? I'm totally done with this girl. I'm pissed off. I'm done. No more. I'm done. Because when that whole accident happened, I sat down in front of my computer. I don't even know these girls. The only time I've ever seen them is through my computer screen. I sat down. I made a video about it. I literally cried about it. And here she is, someone who personally knows these people. She was on a TV show with Eunbi, I believe it is, back in 2013, not very long ago. So she definitely knows who they are. And she just doesn't care. She doesn't know. I mean, like, damn, if I was in Korea, I definitely would have done what I could to go to the funeral or pay my respects in some way. But she, who is, works for the same company, definitely knows them, right? Because they work together, you would think. And she just doesn't care. Apparently she just doesn't care. She cares more about herself, more promoting her name and her brand than she does about, comforting or just, showing that she cares about other people. And then she asks the CEO for help promoting her. And I'm just like, are you serious? Like, look, apparently I care more about this than you do. And that's amazing to me. That is really amazing to me that me, sitting in front of my computer in the state of Kentucky in the United States of America, care more about this accident and the girls in ladies' code than she does. And she has a personal relationship with them. I don't. That's amazing. That is really, really amazing. So I'm done with her. I'm officially, I started off where I was on the fence about this one because I didn't know how this was going. But as events have played out and unfolded, it's very clear that Clara is not really someone that I want to support. And, in the text messages though, even, because I just forgot to talk about that, but in the text messages though, where she alleged that the sexual harassment took place, whatever, she was sexually harassed. No, it didn't. There was nothing in there. I didn't read anything like that. So she's making this all up, is the only conclusion that I can draw. And that is that's bad. That is really, really bad. So my stance on this now, it's only taken about a week and a half for me to come to a conclusion, and that is that the CEO of Polaris, he is the most patient man on the earth. He did everything he could to, work with Clara and, promote her, and she just wasn't happy with everything that he did for her. She only cared about herself. She didn't care about, the ladies' code members or anybody else that worked for the company or even the family of those. Nothing. All she cares about is herself. And now that she wants out of this contract for some reason, I don't know why, she's decided like, well, they refused the first time, so I'm going to accuse the company of sexual harassment, and that'll get me out of this. And no, I'm done. I'm really done. So what I hope is that Polaris Entertainment does everything that they possibly can to end her career. I mean, it's pretty shot as it is. It's over. It's very, very, very damaged at this point, I think. And her career is done. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's over. So I'm very sad that we're not going to get a Kyomi Song 3. I'm just kidding. I'm not sad about that. That's a joke. That was a bad joke. But, no more crappy music from her. Acting wise, who knows? Maybe she'll get some acting jobs. She'll have to figure out something when this is all done, because she isn't going to be getting any major roles, major contracts, major deals with anybody, because her reputation and all of that is going to be basically destroyed, because she's lied. She's proven that she's pretty selfish and that she doesn't care about anybody but herself. So, yeah. The whole ladies' code thing just makes me very, very mad, though. You know, it just does. It really does. I mean, that made me sad. Right now, from now on, you know, ladies' code is kind of associated as a group that, you know, depending on the mood that I feel in, whenever one of their songs comes on, either I'm happy or I'm sad. And, you know, it's just the way it is. But to see her, she just apparently doesn't care, it just really, really upsets me for some reason. But yeah, so that's going to be it. That's the final story that I had to talk about this week. I want to know, though, what did you think, or what do you think about the whole Clara thing? If you're following it, you probably have a pretty good idea of what the story is. So leave your comments, your thoughts and opinions on that story down in the comments below. I really want to see and hear from you guys. Before we end the video, I just want to remind you, follow me on Twitter. I really appreciate that. If you want to message me on KakaoTalk, tell me how much you love me or how much you hate me. If you do, that would be really awesome too. I love chatting with my friends. I got a couple people that I'm talking with on KakaoTalk. It's a lot of fun. Also, follow me on Facebook as well. I would really appreciate that. The links for those profiles are going to be down in the description below, so you just want to click on those and go straight to them. You can do that. Also, don't forget to subscribe to me as well, so you get updated whenever I upload another video. So that is going to be it for this episode of the K-Pop Blast. As always, I want to thank you for watching this video, and I will see you all on Wednesday. Goodbye.